Russell Westbrook. This is his first season on the Los Angeles Lakers. When he was acquired by them, everyone thought Lakers again. Lakers are going back to the NBA championship. For my people who don't know, I'm going to talk about a stat called a plus minus stat. It determines how well the team plays when he's on and off the court.
Right.
And it determines by calculating the difference in score when a player enters the game and when he comes out.
So let me
But
give a
for
quick example just in case.
yeah,
So let's say Jalen's in the starting lineup and I'm off the bench, right?
yeah,
Jalen starts and they're winning by 4 when he comes out. So Jalen has a +4. I
yeah,
go in and then the game is tied when I come out. I am
yeah,
-4. So
yeah.
it's the difference in score when you're on the floor. So just to
hmm
clear that up for everybody.
Perfect. Absolutely, absolutely. So his worst plus minus was his rookie season in 2008 and 2009. He played 82 games. His plus minus was a negative 272 points. 2022, 2022, I mean 2021, 2022 season. 2021, 2022 season. Russell Westbrook has had his second worst plus minus season so far with only 54 games played, a negative plus minus of 107. This is where it gets bad. I mean, it doesn't get bad, but it's like this is just like where it's iffy because it's like he's putting up, he's averaging 35 minutes per game. He's averaging 18.5 points per game, 7.8 rebounds a game, and 7.7 assists. So it's like those aren't, bad numbers, but it's when if you're not producing efficiently, if you're putting up those numbers, all right, let me finish that. His field goal percentage is 43.9%.
Mm-hmm.
He's attempting 16 field goals a game, and he's only making 7. And he's going to the free throw line. I don't know. I can't remember how many times a game, but he's only at his free throw percentage is 66.8% a game. How can you be a starting point guard, an all-star, one of the best point guards in the league if you can't even go 70% at the free throw line? I can't keep you in the game in the fourth quarter. You're shooting 66.8%.
Not as a guard.
Not as a guard. Exactly. Not as a guard.
Mm.
Absolutely not. You're shooting 43.7 field goal percentage. Throughout his career, he's not had the best one, but that's considered to be one of his, I think, top 3 lowest. And his record when he plays with the Lakers, as you could see, it is only 26 and 28.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't been the best. It's like there's a misconnection. I don't know if the social media is getting to him, if the fans are getting to him, because dude, the other day they were
Oh
booing him,
man.
and he has those days where, and against the Hornets, he dropped what 33,
Mm-hmm.
he dropped 30 and a half actually I think it was, or
Yeah.
25 and a half.
Yep.
Most by players since I don't know when, So it's like, but then again, it's like, can we really take those numbers and do something with it, considering it's the Charlotte Hornets, who a team that shot themselves in the foot because they were up by like I think almost 20,
Right.
you know? And it's just like, I don't know, man. It's just I'm really feeling for this man right now because he's not being productive on the court. And as a point guard, you are the most productive player on the court. You run that team, basically.
Right.
Without you, it doesn't happen. Westbrook, if I'm gonna send this to you personally, this is all love. I just need you to get off socials, get your mind right, do something. Hopefully during the All-Star break, you can come back refurbish and be better because, dude, it's getting bad, man. And I'm gonna be real with you. It's not looking too bright for you in Los Angeles if this continues up. And it's not looking too bright for LeBron either, because you know how he gets. His ass be ready to pack up his bags and go. But other than that, I really don't got nothing else to say. Blessings to him. I really do wish he can pull this together because it's not looking good. It's not looking good.
So
It's not
here's what I
looking
want to
good.
say, Jay, and this is interesting because I'm kind of on the opposite side of the spectrum here. I do want to start off by saying I feel very bad for Russell Westbrook. I really do. Because when you play with LeBron James, if your team underperforms, there needs to be a scapegoat. There needs to
Yes.
be somebody that the LeBron fans can point at and say, that's the reason we suck. And I'll tell you the reason they suck as we continue on. I know you're not saying that. I'm just
Okay.
acknowledge, because there's
Okay.
people that are going to say Westbrook
No,
is the
yeah.
reason that we are bad. It's not true. Okay,
It's
that's
not
not
true at
true.
all. No.
For one, Jay, you said Russell Westbrook played what, 54 games this year?
So far, yes.
The Lakers have played 54 games this year.
Yes,
That means Westbrook's played every single game.
every single game.
Anthony Davis has played 33. LeBron's
Yes.
played 37. So you got a
Yes.
decent amount of games where Westbrook is out there as the number one guy, and he's got no LeBron, no AD, and that's where all the Lakers' money is. So you can't expect
Yes.
great talent otherwise. Malik Monk
Mhm.
is a really good player. I'll give you that. Carmelo Anthony's past his prime. He'll knock down the shots. I know that. He's not guarding anybody. Malik
He's not
Monk's not
guarding.
guarding anybody. I respect Avery Bradley's defense, but he's not enough on that side of the ball. So, for one, Russell Westbrook is playing every single game this year, for one.
Yes.
While
what-
LeBron has been out twice over an extended period of time with an injury. He just came back from his second extended period of time, and Anthony Davis has
Mhm.
missed 1 to 2
a
months. He just
significant
got
amount.
back.
Yeah. He just got back. Knee contusion.
So now what I want to point out is that this is the guy LeBron and AD wanted, right?
Mhm.
This guy exactly is who they wanted. And what I mean by that is you're taking Russell Westbrook from Washington, where he was the number 1, number 2 option. Houston, number 1, number 2. OKC, number 1, number 2. And he's putting up these great numbers, these triple doubles all the time. And now you make him a number 3 option. You look at his
Mhm.
numbers this year, Jay. All of them look exactly like his career numbers. The turnovers, the field goal percentage, the 3-point percentage. They all look exactly like it does for the rest of his career. And the only thing that's low is the points. And the reason that is because now he's behind LeBron James, who's averaging 28, 29, and Anthony Davis, who's averaging 25. So the points drop off completely makes sense to me. This
Yes,
is
absolutely.
what they signed up for. This is what LeBron and AD wanted when they met with Westbrook and when they met with Pelinka and they said, we want Westbrook, do what you got to do to get him. This is who they wanted. The numbers are exactly what they should have expected. If you look at his field goal percentage this year, it's the exact same as his career average.
But it is.
So-
That's what I said. 43.7. Around
For
that
this
area.
year, the inefficient Westbrook, I put that in quotes because I do think that he's playing inefficiently, but that's how he plays, for one. For two, I'm going to name off a couple players that he's shooting better than from the field this year.
I'm intrigued.
Damian Lillard, James
Okay.
Harden,
Okay.
first-time All-Star Fred VanVleet,
Okay.
Paul George,
Okay. Whoa.
Steph Curry,
Mm-hmm.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander,
Mm-hmm.
first-time All-Star LaMelo Ball,
Mm-hmm.
All-Star Jason Tatum. He's shooting better than all of them. But if you ask, you'd say the inefficiency is what the problem is for Russell Westbrook. It's not. This is who Russell Westbrook is. You take the
Okay.
ups and downs of sometimes he'll go off for like you said against Charlotte, 33, 30 in the second half. This is what he does. This is how he plays. The numbers are not going to change much. Like you said, when they first brought him in, I said, I don't know about this. Someone's got to shoot the ball there because Anthony Davis is not a good three-point shooter. LeBron James is a average three-point shooter, and Russell
Average.
Westbrook is not a good three-point shooter. And then they go out Kendrick Nunn, who for some reason hasn't played, but that's for another time.
Yeah, I know he hasn't played.
Malik
Yeah.
Monk, bucket. Wayne Ellington, shooter. Avery Bradley, spot-up shooter. Carmelo, spot-up shooter. Ariza, spot-up shooter. You got all these spot-up shooters now. I'm coming into the
With
season
no
thinking
defense.
exactly, Jay. The people that are pointing at Westbrook as the problem need to wake up and realize Westbrook's not the problem. Vogel's not the problem. There is no scapegoat. The whole team cannot play defense. I looked a couple days ago, it might have been last week, where they played Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Jokic is the best player on Denver. He came out publicly and said, everybody know we can't shoot.
Yeah, he did not just do it.
The Lakers let them shoot 58% from the field. Your best player knows that they can't shoot, and you're still letting them shoot 58%. They can't guard anybody. Nobody on that team can guard anybody. You stick
Nobody.
LeBron on the worst player. If he's supposed to be a great defender, then let him be a great defender. Put him on the best scorer.
My problem though is it's like you said how like he was the only player for like probably about 20 so games.
Right.
That's the problem. It's like in my head it's like those 20 extra games that you've had by yourself is like how it's not saying that how haven't you found your groove yet, but it's like I can't keep like this. It's happened in games that he's been played by himself and games with LeBron and AD where I'm seeing him shoot the way he shoots and like it's just like it's just something's not clicking for me. I'm not saying it's his fault. Like I'll never point the blame on one player because honestly, basketball is a team sport. But anyways, yeah, the Lakers are a shit show. I don't have them even making it past the second round this year, and if they do, it's only because the only problem is a team really has to beat them in 7. Not even they got to beat them 4 games, and I don't. There's not a lot of teams that could beat a team with LeBron on them. As we could see, we've seen LeBron play with terrible teams. That year when he got spanked by the Warriors in championship, like that whole playoff series, that whole playoffs was just LeBron literally just going bucko sick crazy, and even when he was getting his ass whipped in the championship against in the Warriors, he was going bucko crazy. But like you said, there's only so much you can do. There's only so much less defense you can play because as of right now, they are probably one of the worst defensive teams.
26th out of 30 in points allowed on average.
Thank you for that.
112 points a game they're allowing. 112.
Thank you.
I think the main problem right now with Russell Westbrook, because there is a problem with Westbrook, the swag is gone. The confidence is gone. When was the last time you saw Russ hit somebody with one of these? He's got no confidence left. And when your home crowd is booing you for taking a pull-up jump shot, I know he missed badly. It was embarrassing. It was a terrible shot. But you're getting booed at home. That's got to kill your confidence. You're a former MVP. You're an all-star, first-team All-NBA player. You're getting booed by your home crowd who so desperately wanted you that offseason. You get the ball open in the corner. You get the ball open in the corner, and the crowd goes, "No!" Come on, man. Like, I understand why there's confidence issues right now. Because when I watch Westbrook, there's no confidence, and I know what pissed me off about Westbrook, but I also loved was his fire, his competitiveness. When he's playing my team, God damn, he's always shit talk. I'm tired of this. But when he's playing other teams, I love watching it. It's just like John Morant. The trash talk, the in-your-face aggressiveness. I love that about Westbrook, and he doesn't have that right now. I think the only thing to point to is confidence. I think he's completely lacking confidence, which is unreasonable based on the numbers that I just told you with his field goal percentage, his turnovers. That's the player he is, and that's the player he's always going to be. That's the player they wanted. That's the player they got. If they trade him, they trade him. I don't see that happening because of that huge contract, and I don't think they have anybody else to give up. The market for Westbrook has to be tiny right now. The Lakers have to stick it out, and he's not the problem. They need to be trading Horton Tucker. None. They need to bring in defensive pieces. I love Malik Monk. I think he's a great player. Sixth man. Has to be. Somebody in that starting lineup has to be able to guard on the perimeter. I'm not claiming that bringing in a good wing defender is going to fix them, but it's a step in the right direction because, like you said, beating LeBron and Anthony Davis in 7 games is not going to be easy no matter who it is. I feel bad for Westbrook, man. I hope that confidence gets back up. I hope they stick with him. I hope he doesn't get traded.
We appreciate y'all.
We appreciate y'all so much for watching. We'll see y'all next week.